Alright, today I got something I'm super excited for. I've been waiting for this one since December. I think I put it in, actually Christmas Day I put in the order, and I received it on the 3rd of February this year, so that's about 1 month, roughly 2 weeks to get it. Even with the whole Nurgle's pox going around, that's not bad on shipping time considering where it came from. Usually when I get stuff from about Russia or China, it takes about a month or two, so not bad. And the stamps, man, the stamps on these things are really nice. If I could find a way to take these off, I might start a stamp collection. I really like that old style Imperial Eagle going down there. Very nice. But what I have in here today, let's just take a quick crack open here from blackmarketminiatures.su. Small little box. I always expect that I'm going to get a gigantic box, and I always see the tiny box. I'm like, what's everything in there? Here we go. Dear customer, thank you for your choice. You are holding the result of hard work and dedication of our entire team. I am grateful to you for your purchase and look forward to further relationships with respect yours, Mr. Smuggler. Shh. And what I have today is, probably clicked on it from the title, but we got Kasrkin. These are my favorite sculpts of the entire GW line, my favorite troop choice, my favorite everything. These guys just ooze awesome. I remember the first time I got them, it was June 2005. My dad got these for my birthday, and I was like, oh my god, you got Kasrkin, this is awesome! Back then, they were in the metal sculpts, and they were probably some of the best metal sculpts I've ever received. The Cadian line did pretty good on metal sculpts, especially the officers. The officers were actually probably better than the Kasrkin. The only thing wrong with the metal sculpts is sometimes you got that weird, around the legs, they had that little tag on there to put them in the slotted bases. Sometimes they would bend apart, but you had to just bend it out just a little bit, because it was legs, it wasn't going to deform anything like that. And obviously there was a little bit of flashing, nothing a file couldn't solve, but they were pretty decent sculpts. And then in, was it 2006, Dawn of War Winter Assault came out. Then you actually got to use them for real. I was completely excited about that, and I used them every chance I could get to until I realized, hey, all you need is 2 Leman Russes and Baneblade, and you can win every map. So we went from there. But more to the point, we have to get these resculpted, because unless you want to pay an outrageous amount of money on eBay, usually people are trying to sell them for like $200 for the metal versions used in Mungdon. GW, sometimes they come back with reprints, limited reprints for the Guard. I think they've done Steel Legion and the Valhallan so far. I don't think they've done Kasrkin, at least that I've paid attention to or heard of. I would buy them in an instant, but they haven't, and I really want them, and I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for them. So we have these boys right here. So we're going to take a nice peek on the inside and see just what we've got. There we go. I mean, it's well formed out. There is a little bit of pitting, and there is a bit of roughness to it. It's far from perfect like the Grenadiers I got before. So this is going to take some TLC to clean them up just a little bit. The Eagle might come out looking funny on their helmets. The back plate right there, it's very thin. Let's see if we can find a better guy. This guy's looking a little bit better. Ooh. This guy looks much better, but there is a bit of coarseness from the resin cast that needs to be cleaned up. But he's looking pretty good. And there is a bit of nastiness coming between his helmet and his gun right there that needs to be cleaned out. Let's see. They're not horrible, but they're not great. They're the basic shapes. Well, I don't even say that. There's some, where the helm and the finer details are, there's something going on right there. There's some gunk getting in the center. This is kind of looking like a substandard Forge World kit, unfortunately. The back looks okay, but there's too much fuzziness or sandiness on these parts right there. And there's this weird gap in where the lens is to the helm. The eagles aren't fully formed. The boots are kind of weird. They're like flatter than they should be. Take a look at some of the packs. It's got the same problem as the other ones. There's a slight coarseness and some extra bit of goop everywhere. Yeah, these are things, it's basically what you would expect from Forge World. It's going to be a lot of TLC to clean these guys up there. So a lot of imperfect lines on here. A lot of excess gunk in areas that there shouldn't be excess gunk. I am not overtly happy about that, but they're the basic shapes, because when I paint the guys, I like to, sometimes you look up and go, oh, look at those details. In some areas, especially around the heads and the chests and those little recesses, they're really lacking, not necessarily detail, but there's an extra bit of gunk, I want to say, on them that I'm not really a fan of. Let's take a look at the Sergeant. I mean, he turned out pretty decent, but his nose is kind of messed up. So, probably going to have to put another helmet on him or resculpt his nose. Not really a fan of that. But his back, I mean, the back of him looks okay. Just don't look at his face. I mean, his face is okay, it's just the nose. Sword's not overtly bad. I mean, overall, this guy's probably the best looking one out of all of them. Yeah, I was hoping for a higher grade on this, but I can't really overtly recommend this unless you want to put that extra TLC, because I'm most likely going to have to chop some of these heads off and put other heads on, because some of them are just really gunked up, or I'm going to have to go to town with a hobby knife and reshape these and put green stuff. It's going to take a good amount of TLC, more so than you would want to put in, but it's going to have to be a passion project for me to fix some parts on these guys. Now, on their site, they say they're a little bit more expensive because they fix the molds and put a little effort in there so they don't look like Gumby. To the most part, I can believe that, because having to reuse molds and things like that from, previous models and not having the original ones from GW, it's obviously going to be an endeavor, but there is a noticeable amount of error in here that I'm not overtly happy with. It's mostly in the head sections. I'm going to have to lop off the heads, most likely, to save these models. Otherwise, they're decent, not great. Probably won't buy Kasrkin again from them unless I could guarantee a slightly higher product. I did get some other stuff from them that is noticeably better than these are, so we'd have to see what happens with that.
Approximately 10 hours later.
So I took some time to think it over, and I'd like to say my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined, but I'm not going to be overly dramatic. This is the cost of doing business when you get a recast. They're not always going to be perfect because, well, they're recasts, and they're going by not a master mold from the company, but models they get on hand. And I know they can do a better job because I've seen other items people have got from them, and the other items I got in this order are far better quality than that. And these guys they're rough. There's no argument about that. I can save about 5 of them. 3 of them are going to need a headectomy. So I'm going to have to contact them like, hey, this is a bit rough. Can I get another one? So if I get one, hopefully it'll be of a better quality that I've seen through their other items. And we might have a Kasrkin redo in about a month and a half or 2. So we'll see what happens from there. But to end it on a slightly more positive note, what I got with them were some assault packs for the Cadians, and they're looking really good, actually. This is the quality I'm talking about that they are capable of. So, yes, positive note. So let's take a look at a few pictures of those.